Hi, I'm Harry. I'm a Level 3 Live Technical Event student, and here's my personal project on studio sound and live sound. The main idea of my project was to compare the differences and similarities between studio mixing and miking techniques and live mixing and miking techniques. The main plan was to get studio time and compare it to one of our live sessions. I booked out a studio and recorded a bit of guitar and bass, and then I did the same in one of our live rooms for Performance 2. I did this to highlight the difference in room noise and what we're putting through the speakers.
During one of our live performances, I managed to also record multi-tracks of a band that I already had a front of house audio file recorded, which is just the audio that we're sending to the front of house speakers. So I will compare them as well, but the comparison won't be as accurate as the duo artists, because although the multi-tracks are mixed in the studio, they were recorded on a live stage, so I only had one chance to record it rather than as many times as we need. One of the possible constraints for this project was not being able to book out a studio. That turned out not to be an issue. The only real additional health and safety issues are the fact that in the studios we'll be using more mics, and if we were going to use mic stands, then they would be a trip hazard. In the end, we just ended up taping the cables to the amps. And in the live venue, to get rid of any health and safety issues, we ended up not using stage deck at all. Some of the methods that I explored included parallel compression for both the live and the studio band mixes. In the live band mix, I'm also going to sidechain the vocals to the delay return so that they're not competing for space and you can clearly hear what's being said, and then when the artist isn't singing, that's when you will be able to hear the delay. So in terms of the timeline, I spent weeks -1 and 0 planning what I was going to do. I then spent week 1 recording the live band performance, which didn't include the multi-tracks. That was from a different live performance where I got attacked by a ceiling panel. I spent week 2 recording the guitar in the studio. I spent week 3 recording the bass in the studio. I spent week 4 recording the duo artist live performance. I spent week 5 recording some speaking parts. I spent week 6 making a studio mix for the band. And then week 7 onwards is just more speaking parts and more editing. In terms of the video order, this first video is just the introduction to the project, where I explain what the project's about and how I'm going to go about it. The second video is all about microphones and why I used the microphones I used. The third video is the duo artist studio recording and mixing. The fourth video is the duo artist live mixing. The fifth video is the band studio mixing. The sixth video is the band's live mixing. And the seventh and final video is the conclusions video.